Is there anything that Donald Trump could do that would lose your support for him?
No.
Is there anything that Donald Trump could do that would disqualify him from your vote?
Apart from killing somebody, no.
I really don't think so. I think he would have to turn against God in order for me to not vote for President Trump.
Look, we know Trump supporters are kooky.
Obama is playing Sleepy Joe Biden in a mask. George Woods, the actor, is playing Sleepy Joe, trying to wake people up by pretending to spend all this money in Ukraine that he signs and he's signing a blank paper.
Tupac's still alive?
Yep.
Where's
Michael
he?
Jackson is still alive.
And at this point, we expect it.
Would we want to go back to a monarchy?
You don't know what's going to happen.
Would you be, if they decided to go back to a monarchy and make Donald Trump the king, would you be okay with that?
I would do that versus what we're at now.
Is there anything he could do that would disqualify him from your vote?
No, nothing. You know, he could move to Africa and he'd still be my president.
He's the God that saves us. He is the God that is with us. And
But the Jewish Israelis look at a different God, right?
some of them do and some of them don't. But he is coming again, and he is coming to Jerusalem.
And
We are in the end times. I believe that President Trump is fighting for that, yes.
A member of this movement?
So when you're playing on tour, do you go to dinner with the other players at night?
A lot of times, yeah. A lot of us hang out on the Champions
What
League.
are so you're open in your politics. You're pretty direct about it.
Yeah.
I would say.
Where's common sense in our country?
Pro golfer John Daly, who asks a good question. Let's look at common sense, sir.
Everyone's saying, oh, he's a nuclear power. It's like they're a friend of him. You know, he was a friend of mine. I got along great with him. I say, Vladimir, if you do it, we're hitting Moscow. I said, we're going to hit Moscow. And he sort of believed me, like 5%, 10%. That's all you need. He never did it during my time, John, you know.
No.
They're all talking about it.
No, it's
Why
funny.
did he do this during the last 4 years? Because he knew he couldn't.
It's funny how she didn't bother you either.
Yeah, no, she didn't bother me. I told him the same thing. That'll be next.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be next. Taiwan will be next. You won't have any computer chips. They'll blow them off the face of the earth.
Common sense would lead one to think they shouldn't have conversations with a former president that are top secret on speakerphone, yet someone opposite you in close vicinity posted it. Common sense would be keeping a closer inner circle than yours, yet here we are.
Do you think you've got the majority view among golfers?
Yeah. I think all of us on the tours and everything, we all want Daddy Trump back.
Really? Why?
Because he was a great president. He's a great guy once you get to know him. I've known him since the early 90s, and we played a Pro-Am. We went out back, we talked a little bit, and when he stood up, he says, mark my words, I'll be president of the United States one day. This is back in 92, 93, 94 maybe.
How? Did you believe him?
I did.
Interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it? Uncovered in the Dominion lawsuit was Carlson, formerly of Fox News, saying in a text, we are very, very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights. I truly can't wait. I hate him passionately. That came on January 4th, 2021. In addition, he denigrated Trump privately. That's the last 4 years. We're all pretending we've got a lot to show for it because admitting what a disaster it's been is too tough to digest. But come on, there isn't really an upside to Trump. Just to show he's still sipping the MAGA Kool-Aid, Daly uttered to Carlson, Trump is an unbelievably smart individual. People have got to get behind him. Hilariously, Kyle Koster would recap the interview as such. We have to take Daly at his word. What's important here is that the entire interview is one long, enjoyable sight gag. One guy looks like a mall Santa on break, and the other looks like he's got to sit down with some Goldman Sachs contacts later in the day, and yet they find common ground. Inspiring.